Let's start with the performance at PMQs. What's the reaction to her debut?
I think certainly amongst Conservative MPs, pretty impressive. And I think actually for the Labour leader, Keir Starmer, as we heard there from Toby Perkins, a real understanding not to underestimate Liz Truss. Now, it must be said, of course, this is not the first time that we've seen Conservative Prime Ministers that are pretty good PMQs, particularly ones that are experienced at the dispatch box. Like, for example, Theresa May, when she first became Prime Minister, was widely seen as putting in a pretty good performance. So I think all in all, maybe it's not surprising that Liz Truss was pretty confident today, pretty assured, pretty effective in many ways. She has been doing this for a long time, though not quite clearly at the level of being Prime Minister at PMQs, but she was pretty pithy. She actually answered lots of the questions in a rather direct and short way, which we haven't been used to, it must be said, under Boris Johnson. But was it a slightly more dull affair? Probably was. Was it slightly more policy-focused rather than personality? You bet it was. So all in all, I think Downing Street will be pretty pleased with how today has begun and how PMQs has gone. Though clearly, even if this is a very short honeymoon period, it is still the honeymoon period, isn't it, for Liz Truss for a while, and she's already back in Downing Street now, Patrick, making some of the other key decisions that need to be made, not least of all having appointed that cabinet, which met this morning at 9:30. She's now promoting a whole range of junior ministers into positions, including some people who supported Rishi Sunak during the campaign. Lots of criticism today that she's surrounded herself within cabinet with loyalists to herself. Today, people like Robert Jenrick, who was a cabinet minister past, is now going to be a senior cabinet minister, junior cabinet minister in the health department. He's been appointed there. Others include Victoria Prentice, Michael Tomlinson, Rachel McLean, Julia Lopez, all filling those kind of dozens and dozens of ministerial posts in the various government departments. So their effort of trying to get the government up and rearing to go is still underway.